and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. It is Friday, October the 6th. And we're going to begin with some good news.
Woo-hoo, I love good news.
Good news. Jedediah Murphy has received a stay. Isn't that good?
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Is that like a forever stay or just a temporary stay? Or
Well, we do know the state or the attorney general is doing his thing. He's appealing, of course. So, as of right now, it is a stay, but like I said, attorney general is appealing. So, Jedediah, you and your family, Bella, your entire family, we're keeping our fingers crossed, and we love you. I know Linda's been, we were at dinner, we heard, I was getting texts, our phone was blowing up. So we are very grateful. So again, we will keep our fingers crossed. Now, David has a great show for us lined up tonight.
We got a big show. We got a lot of people.
And we got a lot of people in the house.
More people than we expected.
Yeah, we're blessed tonight. So, of course, we have Linda, Javier, David, moi, and we have the puppeteer. Mr. Sanchez is in the house with Illuminating Cuts. We have Marisa with Northwest Educational Center bringing some great ideas. We also have Dr. Amit Dominique. She's going to be calling in. Abraham Bonowitz, the co-director, founder at Death Penalty Action. He's going to be calling in. And, of course, Linda and I will have a little bit of news. And we also have some friends helping us. I don't know your name. Jensen. He's helping us with the
technical side of things.
Technical side, yeah.
We use iPads up here, and I've been having a hard time trying to figure out how to get it between 2 or 3 different iPads to be able to get different views. And poor Jimmy Fitz, we got the side of his head last week. I mean, it's just, and we need to be able to get more views to make it reality TV. Absolutely. So we appreciate you guys' help. Man, I'd really want to just rush right into this school thing. I don't know about you.
Let's do it.
Northwest Educational Center, right?
Yes.
Man, you guys just do so much, don't you? How many different programs do you have?
Well, we offer 4 different programs. We offer a medical assistant.
You got to really talk in this mic.
We
It's
offer
old
a
school.
medical assistant, pharmaceutical technician, barber, and cosmetology. And coming soon, we're going to have construction technology.
Yeah, I saw that on the website.
Wow.
So that is a lot. And tell us all about it. How did you get involved? I mean, how did the school come about? I mean, that's a lot.
Absolutely. So Northwest Educational Center has been helping elevate our local community for over 30 years. Mr. Sanchez, myself, and Jensen, Mr. Toledo. I met Mr. Sanchez. He was one of my students. I am a barber instructor there. And since then, we've kind of moved up the ladder. So what we do, whenever I met Mr. Sanchez, he brought to my attention and to the attention of many people his circumstances. And we've always been a second chance opportunity. So as far as giving second chance opportunities to ex-felons, we know how unfair the system is. And I've never experienced it myself, but through the stories that Anthony shared with me, we wanted to make a difference in the community. And we wanted to kind of spread the word because nobody realized that we were there offering these second chances. And I didn't even understand the impact of what that meant until I met Mr. Sanchez. So we started by doing little things and just Mr. Sanchez came up with the idea to give free haircuts to to kids,
Yes.
right, for back to school. And then we did, we're launching our second annual, we did a Keep the Kids Safe Halloween event. And what that does is it kind of, we have that fentanyl pandemic going around. Fentanyl looks like candy, right?
Yes.
And we have some horrible people out there who do horrible things. So we had a turnout of 1,500 people. And then later on, Mr. Sanchez, he was talking to his parole officer, and we got involved that way. Mr. Sanchez can't actually communicate that stuff to the parole officer, so then we went ahead and I started getting involved. And then we started getting invited out to prison work, and we started I got invited to talk at a women's prison for people who were about to be released to let them know that we offer that second chance opportunity. It's not just second chance, it's no cost education.
Right.
Right? So we use the Pell Grant, which is afforded to everybody who is a U.S. citizen. There are qualifications underneath that, driver's license, Social Security. But coming out of prison and talking to the people who help ex-felons, right? They help them get their Social Security. They help them get their GED. So by the time they come to us, they have everything that they need to enter that no-cost program. We also have an in-house scholarship, and then we have an attendance incentive program. I'm going to throw it over to Anthony so he can kind of fill you in on the rest of the work we do.
Yes, we work with many community leaders all over the Houston community. We worked with Grizzy the Hood News. We worked with Edward Polar, and we worked with Judge Lozano. We work with TDCJ to help individuals reintegrate back into society because we understand the adversities that ex-offenders face coming back into society. Unlike other schools that are going to put people in debt and loans and say they're 20 years old, now they're 30 years old trying to pay off a $20,000 debt. We offer at no cost because we want this opportunity to be available to everybody. What our school tries to do, we try to bridge the gap. And when I say bridge the gap, we understand that a lot of people need a second chance, but how many individuals got a first chance? So that's why we go to the youth, we go to the kids, and we reach out to them, hey, be a barber. If you make $275 a day for 365 days, it's $100,000 in a year. And a lot of individuals don't know that. Me being a barber, I charge $50 a cut. I charge $100 a home visit. If I do 5 home visits a day, that's $500. It's just being conservative, managing your money. And at Northwest Educational Center, we're going to teach you LLCs, DBAs, EIN numbers, how to get a business loan, how to establish yourself, how to be a productive member into society, how to represent yourself in the public eye. For instance, I get a lot of discrimination because of my criminal past. People are always going to judge me because they see tattoos on my face, they see golds in my mouth, and they're going to frown upon me. But there is no limitations to what we can accomplish because it's not the past that defines us, but our actions in the moments of adversity.
Amen.
Yes.
That also helps you open up doors into the work that you do.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I mean, you're more welcome by the I don't want to call them kids, but by the students that actually go to your school because of how you look.
Yes, most definitely. They could relate. because a lot of our students were incarcerated, and they understand the struggle because I was on Ferguson unit, I was on Clemens unit, I was on Gib Lewis unit, and a lot of individuals coming out of prison, they understand my story and they think, man, if he could do it, if he could reach $100,000 in less than 6 months, I could do it.
You know, I lived on Gib Lewis for 6 years.
You did that in less than 6 months?
Less than 6 months. Remember, if you make
Wow.
$275 a day for 365 days, it's $100,000 in a year. If I'm charging $100 a home visit, and I'm doing more than 5 home visits a day, so if I'm doing about 10 to 12 home visits, that's $1,200 a day.
Mr. Sanchez is right on that.
He's
Maybe
right.
I can sign up somewhere.
Yeah, but what it does take is dedication, hard work, and perseverance.
Sure.
That's one thing we don't want to sell, is something that's not real. Now, the thing about Mr. Sanchez and how he got to where he's at is that while he was a student, he came every day religiously. He was there before I was to open up the school. So he was there at 6 o'clock in the morning. He stayed till 4:30 whenever we were closing down and he could get his ride because he still had his ankle monitor at the time.
Yes.
He stayed from open to close, first person there. He was innovative. He brought back heart to the school, right? And by doing so, we hired him part-time while he was still a student. So he was doing his student work, and then he was also working in the front office with myself at the end of the day. So he was doing both simultaneously. Once he graduated, then we hired him full-time. And that's how Mr. Sanchez got to where he got. I do want to highlight the fact that Mr. Sanchez talked about how we do work with the youth. Now, let me explain what that means. We have been to alternative schools. Now, what alternative schools, that's the kind of schools that we go out and actually speak to and not just offer free cuts. What that does is if you look at the percentage of people who are ending up, the statistics of people who are in alternative schools, which, let me just clarify, are schools that students who have had a lot of trouble in school are sent to, right? So it's almost like you're isolating them. A lot of those people feel hopeless. And the statistics of those youth ending up in prison is very high because they've already felt like they failed. So that's a lot of the work that we've also been doing. And when he mentioned the youth, I just wanted to highlight that because sometimes people don't think about that first chance. We always say we offer a second chance because people didn't get a fair first chance. And that first chance starts with those kids. They get pushed out. And when you finally start talking to them, one of the students came up to me after one of those events, and he said he ended up there because his brother had been killed 2 months prior. And so, of course, he started misbehaving. Of course, he started not showing up and being attentive in school. And instead of asking him why he was feeling the way he did, they pushed him out to a different school because they didn't want to deal with it. Right. And then that causes like a domino effect of feeling like nobody cares about me, I'm hopeless, why bother? And then they start to veer off and do other things. So I think that's really important that Anthony brought that up. Thank you, Anthony.
So the school's located off of Antoine, pretty close to Hempstead Highway, correct?
Yes, we're located at 2910 Antoine Drive.
Mm-hmm. And so if somebody wanted to sign up and go to school, how much money would they have to have whenever they pull up at the front door?
$0.
$0.
Mm-hmm. We do ask if you're able to put down a minimum of $50, and then we will work out, because everybody's there for the no-cost program for a reason, right? So then we'll work out a healthy payment plan for them, and then they can pay that $250 registration fee. Now, if somebody mentions this podcast, we waive that registration fee 100%.
So just
like
say
that.
The Prison Show, and it's free, totally free.
Totally free.
So.
And that comes with stipulations. The attendance incentive program means you have to be in that 90% percentage of attendance that the government is requiring. And so we incentivize them by making sure that they complete that by taking care of the rest of that.
So if you're for real about needing help, these guys are for real about giving it to you.
Yes, most definitely.
So we got a couple of different events coming up. You want to tell us about those events?
We do have the biggest event.
I'm taking her job away from her.
I know. I keep wanting to ask a question, and it's like, what I was going to ask is, do you get mail from prisoners, and do you answer that mail?
We have not even, this is fairly new, so we actually have grown. We were just talking about the growth that we've had exponentially as an outreach team. So us three are part of the outreach team, and we're still venturing off. We're growing with the flow, if we could say that, right? We're growing with the flow. So we're not opposed to that. We just haven't had the opportunity to be engaged in something like that.
So someone listening could
absolutely
introduce themselves, and Can you give me that address?
Yes, that's going to be 2910 Antoine Drive, and that's going to be Suite B100.
B100.
That's the main office, so that's where we receive the mail.
And what's that zip code?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Pressure. The pressure of it all.
Is it on your poster?
Man, I always just say 2910 Antoine Drive.
77092.
770.
And I did put that information on the Prison Show Facebook page, and it's also on the KPFT Facebook page.
Awesome.
So for everyone listening, which I know when the prison show starts, everyone picks up a pen and paper because they want to get all the important addresses. So everyone listening, this is an important address.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is.
And why don't you be the first
And these
to
are
write?
some important events.
Yes. Let me.
You had to get in there.
Yeah, I got to get that
Yes.
plug in there because
Let-
I'd like to go. I'm going to go on October
Yeah,
31st for sure.
Our Halloween event last year we worked with a lot of local businesses. This year we're trying to be more revolutionary. We want to work with community leaders all across Houston, activists, community people that are trying to elevate the Houston community, because everybody has a different agenda. Everybody has a different angle, a different end game to help the people. But if we could all stand together, united for one cause, and it's for the kids, it's going to be revolutionary. Because you might have this cause, I might have this cause, but it's all for one principle, one belief, and it's to help the children this Halloween season.
And that's what we need.
Absolutely. Because it all stems from one.
Yes.
Yes.
So
It
what
can help.
what do you be doing? You just be passing out candy?
We're going to be passing out candy. We're going to have a haunted house. We're going to have activities. We're going to be giving out haircuts. And we're going to be giving out information to empower the Houston community.
And with that, we started it all because of the fentanyl pandemic. You know, fentanyl looks like candy, and we have a lot of people out there in the world who are not kind. You know, we back in the day, you know, they used to just stick needles through the little packaging, and you'd have to check the candy. That's why we check candy, right?
Right.
But now,
It's easier.
the times we're in, it's so much easier, and you can just undo, you know, a box of candy, fill it with whatever you want, re-glue it, and there are people out there who take the time to do stuff like that. So what we offer is a safe place for everybody to come, and it's 100% free. 100%. We feed the community. So last year we did cotton candy and hot dogs. We have a puppet show. Mr. Sanchez.
The puppeteer.
He's actually not the.
That's what they know me as in prison, puppet.
The puppet.
So you're not putting on the puppet show?
No, I'm not putting on the puppet show.
You're not the show?
No, I'm gonna have my clippers out.
Okay.
Yeah. He ran security too last year, but he's going to be set up this whole year.
So
giving
Halloween
free
night
haircuts.
between 6 and 9,
That is correct.
and it's at the community center.
Yes.
Yes.
And if anybody listening wants to participate, we're doing a trunk or treat. So anybody who wants to come out, any business that wants to come out and just get united into the community, we invite you guys to be a part of that. Anybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my hand pumped up so I can bring my Harley. I
There
wanna
you
ride
go.
My Harley.
Hey,
My Harley's automatically, because it's got orange pinstriping, so it's automatically Halloween.
There you go.
So I don't have to dress it up. But we got one more event, and I know she probably has some more questions, but I wanted to get in. True Love Studios is having the event on November the 18th, and you guys are going to be there also, right?
Yes.
Yes, most definitely.
And it's going to be free haircuts and different
November
things.
18th?
Yeah.
Yeah, free haircuts, and we're going to be offering the no-cost program.
Yes, most definitely. We're going to be out there with barbers and cosmetologists, and we're going to be giving out free services to men, women, and children.
All right.
Oh, hey.
And we're going to try to be able to serve as much as people as possible, given the time.
And that's over at True Love Studios?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the address for that, or do I need to look that up?
I do not have the address for that.
Yeah.
More pressure.
Well, Elizabeth
pressure.
was supposed to be here tonight, and she hadn't been doing so good. She hadn't felt good. So it's down off of Washington Street. It's at 4826 Washington Avenue, and that's zip code 77007. So that's two different events, guys, and they keep mentioning the word free. Free, free, free. You
We
can
love
enroll in
free.
school free. You can go get a free haircut. They're going to feed you. They're going to give you some candy. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So y'all come on down.
Do the women's include facials and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year we had students that were set up giving manicures. They were giving facials. They were giving
Hell yeah.
Dermaplanings.
dermaplaning. There you go, dermaplaning
oh,
for the
hey,
women.
You know the
Yes.
I like you.
Hey. Well, we thank you guys for coming down, and hopefully we can get you back. It's probably going to be your first time to visit.
Absolutely.
I'll see if we can get you back, and we'll do some other stuff. This is KPFT is community media, and you guys are doing everything that's KPFT. I mean, you're all up in that community,
right.
so
Yeah.
we love you.
No,
ya.
thank you. It's been an honor.
It's a pleasure to be here. Northwest Educational Center, we don't aspire to make a living. We aspire to make a difference.
And you are. Make sure you share stuff on the Prison Show's Facebook page.
Absolutely. I'm
Get
actually
the
going
word
to start
out.
following. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I got you.
So you guys hang out, and because we need your buddy over there to help us with the cameras for a while.
Okay. No worries.
If he leaves, we're going to be in a world of hurt tonight.
Yeah.
No worries. No
So,
worries. Okay.
Make yourself at home, and we're going to go on to the next callers. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much for having us. Y'all have a good night.
And that's Andrea Michelle.
Andrea
And
Michelle.
Looks like Amit Dominic didn't call in. She was supposed to be here with Amit, so I don't know if Amit may be on the line with her.
Well, let's skip on over to line 1
It's on. I put her title on there too.
with Andrea.
Hi, Dani. Hi, David. How are you guys?
We're blessed. How are
We
you?
are doing good.
Oh,
How are
good.
you?
We're doing well. Well.
Oh,
we
you're
just
both
got-
there.
Yeah, I was hoping both of you guys were on there. And Dani had introduced Dr. Amit, but I don't think she saw that you are the new. What are you, the PR manager, and you're also on the board?
I am now director of public relations, as well as a board member, as well as an advocate. We are. We have many hats.
Yeah, we all do, don't we?
We sure do. Let me tell you, there's so
do.
many hats that we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah. She couldn't be with us tonight. We all are working almost 24/7, especially during this lockdown that we've had going on, fielding many complaints, trying to get remedies for those that have been affected. So we've all just been working a lot of overtime.
I can imagine. I know we've been working a lot. There's so many complaints. I can't imagine what y'all are dealing with.
It's, we have a lot to talk about. There's only a few units left in this lockdown. We are still getting many phone calls from family members that they are not getting fed. Medical care is not there. So we're doing everything we possibly can to, facilitate, trying to get help for those that call in, those that write us. It's just this, there's so many, and we just sometimes are just, beating our head up against the wall sometimes, just trying to figure out what's the next move and how do we try our best to get them some type of relief somehow.
And I wanted to give a thank you to you. You had placed something not too long ago about the form for medical. And every once in a while we mention it, and you give the reminder for every Monday, Medical Monday.
Right.
And then that, reminds me. Well, one of the men on death row, JB, he sent out a thank you to the KPFT family because he had an issue where his family couldn't get any information because he did not have that medical form filled out. So he wanted to remind everyone. So thank you. Big thank you.
Yep.
Everyone, make sure you do your medical form like TPCA says, like JB says now.
Absolutely. We're dealing with the food situation, the medical care situation. We are just trying to put out these fires that TDC is continuing to harm all those individuals that are there. And we're doing everything we possibly can. And it is so important. I can't stress enough to everyone that is listening that to make absolutely sure that you have a HIPAA release on file with some family member that is able to get information, able to make decisions for you in cases that, that need to be made. It's unfortunate that we've had to make many phone calls and many complaints onto the executive administration, where finding, gentlemen at the Telford unit and at Terrell unit unresponsive because they're not paying any attention to them, giving them water or giving them food. They're getting their diabetic insulin and they're not being fed for many hours, and the food is horrible. So we're doing everything we possibly can, not only with phone calls but with emails and just helping the family to advocate as much as possible and trying to get these everybody out there into the right place that they need to get to at that moment.
It can get very overwhelming at times, especially with like the phone situation. A couple of guys on death row still haven't had their phones registered or their voice recognition
recorded.
Yeah, and it's been 10 months. 10 months.
Right.
And what would take 10 months?
Yeah, and that's what I keep emailing. I'm like, I'm not going away. So you can, and then they had the nerve to tell me that it's not up to them, it's up to Securus.
We're getting that a lot. We're getting a lot of complaints about Securus. Mail is taking, sometimes 2 to 3 weeks for them to be received, or family members are not getting the mail for 2 to 3 weeks, and we're kind of working those situations as well. It's just that, there's just Securus is some system. TDC's blaming Securus is blaming TDC, back and forth, and we're just really trying to get to the bottom of this to try to get all of that rectified. And I say all that because I had the fortunate time last week with Dr. Dominique and Jessica Dickerson from TPCA, where we were sent to Colorado for the Climate and Incarceration Symposium that was in collaboration with CU, which is University of Colorado Boulder, and then Texas A&M, and then with WCJA, which is the Women's Community Justice Association out of New York. And we worked with professors in trying to educate everyone out there about how everything that those that are incarcerated have to deal with on a daily basis. And it was very, very important, and it was very enlightening just to listen to these educated academia professionals that just spoke and created these reports and are just sitting there going, we can't believe that this is happening in the Texas prisons. We cannot believe that things are not changing. And so we are doing as an organization, Dani and David, everything that we can, and in so many capacities. We are trying to help everyone, every family member, every incarcerated individual that we possibly can.
And I know a lot of the men and women appreciate everything y'all do. Every time you put an update on your page, I am all over it. I share it. I shared Kathy Dunbar's little graphic about Christmas tree, Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. And
a lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar, but you know what? After everything they've been through,
a little sugar would be kind of nice.
It's a treat, and you know what? Some of they deserve a treat, and I'm.
Yeah, but we used to buy them summer sausages like this, going out of style.
They have them.
We did, didn't we, David?
Yeah, we bought them all the time.
But when they started selling those summer sausages, we tried to stack up on as many as we could.
They'd end up going bad in the locker.
we did. And look, and I want to say this because I've had a few people kind of question me and say, "Well, you're formerly incarcerated, Andrea. Why are you still doing this? And why have you not gotten on with your life? And why are you?" And I'm like, whoa, time out just for a second. If anybody that has been in my shoes, and I know, David, you can understand this.
My family says the same thing.
Look, I am not under no circumstance going to forget about the people that I left behind, whether I was in the same unit with you or not, because I also lived it. And so I know that if I'm out here and I have a voice, and if I have the capability of trying my dang hardest to make some change somehow that is going to better those that are there while they're there, then I'm going to do everything I possibly can.
I hear
haven't
you.
forgotten, and I am
as,
not
as
going
sorry
to
as I
forget.
have to be. We are out of time. I know
Oh,
it went
okay.
quick,
Well,
and the
well,
way I
let me
look at
give-
it is you got to put up that dead end road sign. If you go down that
Exactly.
road and it's a
I
dead
know.
end, then let everybody else know it's a dead end.
So let me give you our address real quick for those that are listening.
Okay.
TPCA, P.O. Box 1974, Fulton, Texas, 78358. Please write us. Please let us know what's going on. Remember to continue to file with grievances. It's extremely, extremely important to keep those grievances going on, regardless if you think that they don't work, because they do work.
Yeah.
But we're here. Write us. Let us know what's going on, and we'll help in any way we can.
Thank you, Miss Andrea. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys. Y'all have a good evening.
You
All right.
too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Now we're gonna skip on over to Abe. How you doing, Abe? This is Dani.
Hey, well, hey, Dani. Hey, David.
Hey.
Hey, Andrea. That was great. She is so impressive, isn't she?
Yes, she really is. She
She
did a
is.
great job. I wish we'd have had more time.
Well, that, and I wish there were more people that get out and actually do what she's doing. 'Cause
We got a
gotta
room
tear
full
down
of
the
them
system.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
yes.
a whole bunch of us in here that are doing just that.
Well, amen to all of you. You know, it's days like today that the roller coasters that I've been on the things I'm working on. I just, you know, it just inspires me every time I see folks that are just out there trying to change the world and doing the stuff that y'all are doing. And I'm grateful to be with you tonight.
Well, you're trying to change the world too, right?
Well, we are changing the world a little bit at a time. Sometimes making some mistakes, but sometimes things are working. And you know, I want to give a special shout out tonight to, you know, all the attorneys that are actually doing their job and trying things that are sometimes working and sometimes they're not, but they're trying things that you know. At this day, and anybody that knows anything about the hoax that they call clemency in Texas, when it comes to death penalty, I don't know about the rest of it, but when it comes to the death penalty, clemency is just a hoax, and yet, you know, people keep working different angles. That's what's happening in so many cases. But I want to tell you all today, first, just a little bit of hope, because a couple weeks ago, just after the last time I was with you all, Glenn Simmons in Oklahoma became the longest time in prison exonerated in the country. He did about 2.5 years on death row, and then they threw out Oklahoma's death penalty, and they changed his sentence to life in prison. On July 19th, he walked out. And on September 19th, they dismissed the charges. And this is a guy, he did almost 50 years. And, you know, he still has the greatest spirit and the most generous spirit, and what he's talking about is helping the people that he left behind. And this is a guy who's 70. He's got liver cancer. You know, he's dealing with that. But it's people like that just inspire me, and I should hope could give everybody that's listening some hope tonight, because, you know, innocent or guilty, the door could open sometime for most folks, and I just hope it comes sooner and that people are ready when it does come. So that's number one on my list. I wanted to just check that off. Number two, you know, Jedediah Murphy scheduled for execution next week on Tuesday. It was denied clemency today. Unanimous votes on both issues, so that was kind of a downer. But then he's got to stay. He's also denied a stay. They put in a motion to stop the execution based on the integrity of the drugs that were in proximity to the fire at the Huntsville unit. and of course the judge dismissed that, so he lost that one, but he won one, and I'm still waiting for one of the numerous lawyers I've pinged about this. It's Friday night, people aren't working, and hopefully not looking at their phone, but this district judge issued a stay based on they wanted to have DNA testing on evidence about the crime, that they lied at his trial and said that he had committed this other crime, which then that was towards his future dangerousness in the mitigation part. So no question that he killed the woman, that Bertie Cunningham, that he's on death row for, but it shouldn't have been a death penalty because they lied about the future dangerousness issue by making up lies that he had participated in this other crime. So anyway, the good news is that he got a stay to be able to pursue that. It's at the district court level, federal district court level, so who knows if it's going to hold. That's what I'm waiting to hear, is whether that's going to hold. But that's exciting news. And I will say also that Jedediah has been in good spirits, relatively speaking. His voice is getting heard out there, thanks to Alan Dershowitz has gotten involved, and no matter what else you think about him, he's a passionate anti-death penalty guy, and he leaned in hard on this one. Mike Zusman, who's a cantor, Mike Zusman, who's a co-founder with me of a group called L'Chaim, which means to life in Hebrew. L'Chaim, Jews Against the Death Penalty, has been in touch with Jedediah every day, and he just says, this is a whole set of Jewish holidays that have been going on for the last few weeks, and continuing this. The holiday that's tomorrow is commemorating the giving of the Ten Commandments in the desert there after the Jews got out of Egypt. And so that's the holiday that's tomorrow, and then the next one is a holiday called Simchas Torah, which celebrates getting to the end of the 5 books of Moses and starting over again. So these are important holidays for a person that's an observant Jew, which Jedediah is, one of those rare people on death row in the country. And they're looking at executing him on Tuesday, which is World Day Against the Death Penalty. So there's going to be stuff happening all over the world, all over this country, people doing things. And it's kind of hard to keep track of it all, but hopefully Jedediah will live to see Wednesday. And so it's been a real roller coaster just on his case. Any questions on anything so far?
No, but didn't we have an execution in another state? Didn't I read somewhere?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. I talked about Anthony Sanchez last time, and he's a guy that I think was innocent. He certainly has a lot of questions about his guilt, and the real shameful thing is just how, nobody took our word for it. Us being Death Penalty Action and Reverend Dr. Jeff Hood, who's his spiritual advisor, when we brought this evidence forward, until Liliana Segura, who writes for The Intercept, published her piece. And then suddenly you had all these people that wouldn't say a word suddenly saying, oh, wait, maybe there's something to this. But, of course, it was too late. And, so also a shout-out to everybody that just, signed the petitions and made the phone calls and helped. Sadly, Anthony was executed on the 21st of September, and that one happened. And then here, so that's the most recent one. And then, of course, in addition to Jedediah, we've got Will Spear up for execution on the 23rd, and they're making an interesting appeal for clemency as well, based on him being part of the God Pod and getting involved in the I don't even know what you call that program, but the people following the religion doctrine of the TDCJ people. It's kind of I've got a lot of things I could say about that, but we'll hold them for another time. But we'll see what happens with Will Spear. Jedediah had a similar argument being made that due to his faithfulness and his good behavior in prison, and the idea that he could be helpful ministering, being a filled minister to others, that was enough. And of course, the Board of Pardons and Parole said absolutely not. And hopefully they'll have a different take Will Spear, and we'll see where that goes. Anyway, I know my time is winding here, so I wanted to mention something else.
You got about 6 minutes.
We also had an execution in Florida.
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. Michael Zach. It's so sad. So many issues we could talk about with Michael Zach in Florida. But at the end of the day, he was so gracious in his final statement. He talked about how he got to death row and was taught by fellow prisoners how to read and write, and that opened his world. And and he was able to then, have relationships with people all around the world because prisoners helped him learn to read and write. And he seemed like a very, he was very contrite about, hoping his death would help. But really, I thought what was super special was just how he made a life for himself in prison up until that time. It's just another political hack execution, though, from Governor DeSantis, who's just trying to ramp up his numbers as he runs for president. That's just a matter of time before they set another date in Florida, sadly. It's about 100 guys there that would be death warrant eligible in Florida, and, we're waiting for them to pull out the electric couch or something, as Newt Gingrich used to call for it. Anyway, Sorry for my off-color joke there. But I did want to share some other good news. And there's good news happening in Louisiana. It's kind of a struggle, but the Governor Edwards there, is trying to commute as many death sentences as possible, and he needs to have his term ends in January, so he's trying to get as many off the death row as he can. But in Louisiana, he has the power to do that only after there's been a clemency hearing. So the big fight there is getting as many clemency hearings going in time for him to be able to do that. And unfortunately, of course, the prosecutors are challenging that. But the fight's happening, and a lot of people are getting on board, and it's just different in a place like Louisiana, where, that's the fight. Similarly, in Ohio, and this is good news, all in these hardcore red states, Louisiana, Ohio, which is dominated by Republicans in the House and the Senate and the governor. And we just introduced our I live in Ohio, that's why I say ours, but that's all of us, really. We're all abolitionists, and what's good, what helps us in one place helps us in Texas, too. In Ohio, there's a bill to abolish the death penalty that has legs. It really could pass this session with the Republican-dominated House, Senate, and governor. And this is important because, over here just north of you in Oklahoma, they had that execution that I mentioned, and then there was a hearing, what's today, yesterday, in the legislature about whether there should be a moratorium on executions. And this is brought forth by the right-wing pro-death penalty Republican legislators that are concerned about the possibility of executing the innocent. There's a lot to say about it, but the thing I want to point out is that the leading voices in this hearing were the former director of prisons, who talked about how he was traumatized by executions and doesn't support them anymore. They're making Texas out as the model, and yet they want to. They are also, they had a pro-death penalty prosecutor who was there to defend the death penalty, and that prosecutor said something that was remarkable that I think we all need to hang our hat on in a way, and that is that he has asked this is a guy that seeks the death penalty all the time. He talks about it being for the victim families, and yet what he said in his testimony, responding to a question, he said that he has told his wife and family that if he's ever murdered, he doesn't want them to seek the death penalty. Why? Because he's come to understand what the prolonged process, how painful that is for victim families, and that's why he doesn't want his family to go through that. And I think that that's telling because, we got to look at this angle from every direction that we can, and what's going to win over some people is not, they don't care about the people who are convicted of murder, but they do wonder, can we do better for victim families? So that's sometimes the argument that we got to make. And this prosecutor has just laid that on the table for discussion, not just in Oklahoma, but everywhere. There's the prosecutor in Lucas County, Ohio, which is where Toledo is, stopped seeking the death penalty because she became concerned about how it prolongs the pain of victims' families and sets them up for disappointment because, the rug gets pulled out from under you. Anyway, so much more we could talk about, but that's some good news, some bad news, and we're going to keep moving forward. You can reach Death Penalty Action. That's the group I run at P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, 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 New York 12075. That's P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, New York 12075. I want to ask everybody, if this execution goes forward, get yourself to Huntsville because, if you can, or otherwise join us on the virtual vigil. And everybody, shout out to everybody. Greetings from where I'm in Washington, D.C. today. Greetings from Washington. Thank you all.
Thank you, Abe. All right, now it's time for the Death Row Angels, and it's time for David to hang up. Okay, so good evening, everyone on Texas Death Row and everyone else listening. I have a quote from Jedediah's testimony. He said, "Demons and monsters are obvious. We'll always band together to fight them off. But real evil, insidious evil, is what lets us walk away from another person's pain and say, well, that's none of my business." That's a quote from his testimony. That is what happened to him and his brother. Jedediah's childhood plays like nearly everyone in prison and death row. Abuse at the hands of his parents and foster care system. Of course, during his penalty phase, a woman testified falsely that Jedediah had kidnapped her years before the murder that landed him on death row. Jedediah was never charged with this kidnapping, but the accuser was allowed to testify. Evidence shows that Jedediah continually reached out for mental help, checking himself into hospitals just a year before the murder. There's a reoccurring theme we have with most of the people on death row and in prison. The state clearly failed him time and time again as a child. Death row now has a faith-based program, and Jedediah graduated in the first class and completed 8 courses. Your family and friends see what you have done, Jedediah, and you have an army behind you. You really do.
Yes, he does.
Very much. You really do.
We love you, Jedediah.
So right now, Texas still has the 5 scheduled executions, and the prison show will be out there on Tuesday to protest the execution, and we hope that everyone who's in the Houston or Huntsville area will be out there. But it's not too late to call the governor at 512-463-2000 or 512-463-1782. Tell him you oppose the death penalty in all executions. Like my friend Leroy says at the PAC unit, if we all work together, we can have a voice so loud they can't help but listen to it. And like we proved earlier this week, if we all complained about the visitation at the unit like we did, it got changed. If we all work together, all the groups,
yes,
maybe we could do something. So as of today, Jedediah is October the 10th. Big Will, October the 26th. Brent, November the 9th. David Rentera, November the 16th. And Ivan Cantu, February the 28th. And I want to plug Ivan's podcast again, Cousins by Blood. If you haven't listened to it, please listen to it. Please. Questions regarding his guilt are obvious. Robert Roberson and Taurus Sells, you both were denied at the Supreme Court coming out of the CCA. And Robert, you have had so many articles come out about shaken baby syndrome. It's everywhere. They're coming from all over. A case just about identical to yours out of New Jersey. I sent it to Manuela. Arturo Aranda and Jaime Cole, you both were denied Supreme Court coming out of the Fifth Circuit. Dylan Compton, you were docketed at the Supreme Court on October the 2nd coming out of the CCA. Brent Brewer, you were distributed for conference at the Supreme Court on October the 27th, or you will be distributed for conference at the Supreme Court on October the 27th coming out of the Fifth Circuit. Jason De La Sarda, on October 2nd, you filed your petition for a writ of habeas corpus at the district court. Taurus Sells, your petition for writ of habeas corpus was filed at the district court on October the 2nd. Brian Suniga, on October 5th, you filed a reply in reference to your motion for discovery at the district court. Eric Williams, on October the 5th, you filed a supplemental document in reference to the motion to stay proceedings. And Britt Rapowski, my friend Britt, on October 5th, the state is appointing a new attorney to represent them. Just a heads up, my friend. And again, like Abe said, the next execution, which is Jedediah, is scheduled for World Day Against the Death Penalty. And I don't think that they actually did that on purpose, but
I think they did.
Yeah, they may have.
I think they did.
They may have. And again, like I was saying, during the week they canceled my visit that I had on one of the weekends, and they said that they were no longer having a second round visit. They were changing it to the first round. And that was it, period.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And of course, we made noise. We made a lot of noise, clearly.
Yes.
So they called me back the next day. Miss Daniels called me, and she said that the higher-ups had decided that death row would have 2 visits on Saturday nights. They would not be taking those away. And that's incredible.
Yes, it is. Because we like to have those 2 visits on Saturday night.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that death row only has 2 opportunities to take photos.
That's right.
Yeah, because we can only do it on Saturday nights.
The first weekend.
First
full weekend.
Right, first full weekend, and there are only 2 visits scheduled for death row. So,
and everybody wants pictures. So.
And everybody wants pictures. So we're like, So anyway, we have, just remember Jedediah and his family and friends, and know that you are loved. And I think Linda has a poem, right?
I do. I have one poem. And this one is by Troy Glover.
Hey, Troy.
It's called Justice is Blind. Justice is blind, or so I'm told. Can't see a thing through that blindfold. She cannot see color of skin, wealthiest king or poorest kin. The queen's English status by words, by misusing verbs. My place of birth, my mother's land, whether I am woman or man, adds to her voice, which way sword steers. She may be blind, but she can hear. Let's not forget her weighting scales where pocketbooks always prevail. The innocent weighs a leather, silver, or gold, weighs much better. And to her sword the choice is clear, unbalanced scale, prejudice ear. Justice is fair, I've heard men say, because her sword can cut both ways. Tooth for a tooth, eye for an eye, and you shall die. But if you're rich, you need not fear, unbalanced scales whisper in your ear.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome, yes.
And another, I got to close it up, but real quick, the Texas prisons are apparently only allowing books from certain vendors. So, heads up. Some of the vendors are getting their books sent back to them, even though loved ones have paid for them, or people have, or y'all have already paid for it out of your commissary. I don't know. They're getting sent back.
I hope Amazon's still good, because that's where I ordered from.
I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, thank y'all.
They incarcerated my body, but never my mind. The prison life sentence was the court's decision for all of my past crimes. The pain and violence that I have caused, my judgment is my soul will burn. A childhood full of loss and hate is all that I've learned. My sadness is great, I cannot say that I was warned. My daddy was killed in prison on the day that I was born. Poor man in jail for a drug violation, rich man with cocaine eyes, living in an inmate world of fear and lies. Behind prison walls, inmates caged like dogs, always ready for a fight. It's nice to feel important, but more important to survive. Sentenced to live in a 6x8 cell, the stench of death is what the inmates smell. It's nice to feel important, but more important to survive. Behind prison walls. What about the homeless child? Look what they have lost. Prison and welfare lines are just a fragment of the cost. Juvenile probation, whispers of shame, scream out the definite truth. I cried and cried at the abuse for stealing all of my youth. Behind prison walls, inmates caged like dogs, always ready for a fight. It's nice to feel important, but more important to survive. Sentenced to live in a 6x8 cell, the stench of death is what the inmates smell. It's nice to feel important, more important to survive. Behind prison walls. Behind prison walls, my eyes are my cameras. Behind prison walls, my words are my shanks. Behind prison walls, my fists are my gun towers. In this pipeline to prison game. Behind prison walls, inmates caged like dogs, always ready for a fight. It's nice to feel important, but more important to survive. It's nice to feel important, but more important to survive behind prison walls.
If you're now tuning in, you're listening to KPFT Houston.
Oh, you keep. What you doing there? He's messing with me. All right, now we're gonna slide on over. I'm liking that phrase all of a sudden. I don't know why. We're gonna slide on over to the phone calls. Elizabeth on line 1. Elizabeth? Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Hello. I couldn't get the phone unmuted. But anyway, I got it. Hope everybody's doing okay. Just wanted to give a shout out to Isidro. Hey, mijo. It's me, Mommy. I just want to tell you I love you, and I know tomorrow is going to be a special day for you because it's your birthday. So I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and I love you. Everybody's doing okay. The girls went to go see Lorenzo this weekend. So hopefully when they come back Sunday, we'll get to do something with them. If not, Monday. But everybody's doing okay here. And I got your message about your book, so I'm going to try and see if I can find them. And like you heard today, there's different vendors, so hopefully they won't get sent back.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh, yes, I know. And, of course, Amazon, they charged me for, I think, two extra books that I had canceled one, but it's okay. It was only $22, but I'm okay. Just as long as my baby got his books. But anyway, mijo, I love you, and take care of yourself in there, and we already have our visit set. So hopefully they don't cancel it, but I look forward to seeing your smiling face. I love you. Good night. Here's your daddy.
Hey, mijo, I love you, and happy birthday tomorrow. And your tia Cirilla said happy birthday. They all love you. I saw them yesterday. I was over there with them, but anyway, everybody wish you a happy birthday to tell you and that they love you. And for you to stay strong, mijo, and stay positive. But either way, mijo, I love you, and we will see you, I think it's the 26th or something like that. But either way, we'll go see you, mijo, as soon as we have a chance. I love you, and good night. Here's your mommy.
Oh, I forgot. Jaime said to tell you happy birthday, too. Well, take care in there, and thank you, everybody. Good night, my baby. I love you. God bless everybody.
Thank you, Elizabeth. And happy
You're
birthday, Isidro.
Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night. And I think we have Annalisa.
Hello everyone at the Prison Show, it's Annalisa. I hope you are all well. Hello Isidro, I hope you are doing well. I'm glad you received the book, and I will send the link again, and I hope you will receive it this time. I'm well, all okay, I'm working a lot recently, but all is okay. And I will let you know about the conference this weekend, and have a look at your email tomorrow because there is something for you. I send you my warm wishes and big hugs, and warm wishes to everyone. Take care. Bye.
And now we have Manuela on line 1.
Hi.
Hi, girl.
How you doing? My sweetheart. How you doing?
We're doing good. How you doing, girl?
So far, okay.
I know.
We understand.
Thank you. Now I want to make my shout out to my love of my life. Hey, good evening, baby. My love, I do hope and pray that you are all right. As for me, I'm okay so far. Well, the family is fine. I'm in touch with Victoria. We write every day. And she got her birthday cards from you, and she was very happy. My love, the times now are very difficult for us, but we will stay strong and we will never give up on our dreams, wishes, goals, prayers, and our big, big miracle from heaven, my love. To give up is not an option for us. I'm always thinking about you. You're always on my mind, in my thoughts, in my heart, and in my prayers. My heart beats only for you, baby. And I'm all yours. I'm only yours. And I always and forever will be. I will always love you, my Robert. You are the best, whatever have happened to me. My sunshine. Good night, baby. My sweetheart. Sweet and pleasant dreams to you. I love you with all my heart. Good night, baby. Thank you, guys, so very much.
Good night, Manuela.
Good night,
Good
Manuela.
night. Good night.
Good night. All right, Captain Tom.
All right, this is KPFT Houston. I'm Captain Tom. I'm doing my shout-outs for the present show. Arkansas, Juju, Leroy, John Armstrong, J.D. Anderson, Clarence Lee Bowman, Pete Stein, George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen Young, Terrence Carmichael, John Wayne, Mike Dean, Robert Brown, Terry Lee Lewis, Samuel B. Harris, Robert Harris, Jacob Howard. We have Peter Torres, Thomas Mitchell, Bob Dunn, Roger Jackson, Bobby Barber. We have Chair Charles McKay. We have Willie Russell, Michael Shelby, Patrick Firemars, Patrick Lidneck. We have Ricky Nunn and Bobby Joe Harper. We also have Roger Jackson. We have, let's see, Carlton Lewis, John Yarborough, Michael Gentry, Christopher Dunn, Ernest James Dudley, Troy Glover, Philip Ortega, and we have Roy Scales, Richard Knowles, Thomas Moore, George De La Rosa, Bobby Seth, and we have Terrence Williams. Coming up on our fall fund drive, so get to stepping early, and we have call 713-526-5738, option number 1, and or text the word give to 713-526-5738, or you could go to kpft.org. And also, you become a stainer for $25 a month. You can get a brick, what was it, 4x8, or 8x8. I think that's how the dimensions are. Anyway, you contact Robin Lewis at 713-526-4000. and push option number 1. And, or you go to our website, kpft.org, and give your donation. So we thank you for listening to the Prison Show. And also, you can donate to the Veterans of War Show. We are on HD2 every Wednesday at 9 p.m. So, see you guys next week right here at the Prison Show. Thank you.
Okay, Carmela on line 3.
Good evening. Thank you for taking my call. I'm calling to give a shout out to Bradley Leland Aiken. He's somewhere in the Dallas area. I think he's still in the Dallas County Jail. I haven't talked to his mother. Bradley, I just want to let you know that you're loved. I love you. And I haven't forgotten about you. I think about you daily, and I hope you have gotten some cool air. It was beautiful today. We had rain finally for the last 2 days. Not today, but Thursday and Wednesday, all this week. But I hope you're doing well and minding your P's and Q's, and I hope you have good counsel. Just want to let you know that I've never forgotten about you, even though I've not been able to see you grow up. I just wanted you to know that you're loved and you're my family, and I hope to be able to contact you sometime. I don't know where to even start to find out where you are. I just need to get the courage up to call your mother and talk to her. But I just want to let you know that I love you, and I'm sorry I missed a couple of weeks. I'm calling. It's kind of tough to get through on the Prison Show line here in Houston, but I keep plugging at it. So I'll let you go. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Keep on, keeping your nose clean, and your mouth shut, and your eyes open, ears open, and your heart and mind open to what God has for you. I love you, and good night. Talk to you soon. Thank you, Prison Show. You have a good weekend. Thank you for what you do.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Now we have Caitlin.
Is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plonsky. Hey Boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits, and that there is a smile on your handsome face. As for me, well, everything is pretty much the same. I have just come down from Buddy, and yeah, he is doing great. Yeah, it was raining a lot today, so basically when I got him out of the paddock, I cleaned him up, rode him, and I kept him in. So he's in for the evening, and he's going to get his meal pretty much soon, I say. Other than that, yeah, Daytona is here with me. She is actually, I think, snoring at this point, but yeah, she's fast asleep. Yeah, so I'm going to write you a JPay now, or I should say an email. And yeah, please know that you mean the world to me, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing for me and being here. So good night, sweet dreams, and please stay safe. And to everybody at the Prison Show, a big thank you for making this happen.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin. And we have Zayden on line 4. Hi, Zayden. Zayden? Hi, Zayden. Are you there? Hey, Zayden, are you there? Maybe he
Hey, Zayden, are you on the phone? Zayden?
I don't think he's there.
He's a little kid.
I know. Okay, let's go to Ashley. Let's skip to. Hey, Ashley.
Hi. How are y'all?
Doing good. How you doing, Ashley?
I'm good. I just want to give a shout out to the most important man in my life, my dad Norman at the Estelle unit. Dad, I love you and I miss you so much. I can't wait for you to meet Christian. Hopefully you'll be out by the end of this year. If not, that's okay. I'm praying for you. I miss you and love you like crazy. I'm sorry I haven't been able to call. I've been trying to call into the prison show, but they're always busy. So I'm thanking God that I was able to get in tonight. But I love you and I miss you. I'm glad you got the photos I sent. I'm glad you enjoyed the photo of you and Mom. I can't wait for Christian to pee on you and poop on you. I'm definitely going to be laughing when he does that to you, Dad. Your grandson loves you. I talk about you all the time, and he'll squeal when I say Papaw. So get home soon so he can pee and poop on you. So, and I will be enjoying every minute of that. Don't worry. What else? Everyone sends love. You have so many people that love you and miss you. This week has been really hard. I'm staying positive, but I just love you and I miss you and I wish you were home. What else is going on? I'm going to be working crazy hours, but definitely I just want God to bless you and continue to bless you. Even though you're an old man and bald, I still love you. I love you and I miss you. Come home, Dad. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ashley. You have a great night and a great weekend.
Y'all as well. God bless.
God bless.
Jamie, line 6.
Hello. How are y'all?
Doing good.
Hello?
How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing okay. Thank y'all. Well, I want to do a shout out to my husband, Harry Gucci, on Ella's unit. I want to tell you I love you, babe. Good night, sweet dreams. There is money on the call, so you can call, but I know you're already in your cell. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. And I know you're listening. I finally got through now. So, yes, it's our visit's not at 12 o'clock noon. It's at 10:30 in the morning. Sorry. So I hope you shaved your head and everything already. I don't know why you do that. I want to see you without your head shaved. But I hope you did that and you still have time, because I know you said you still have time if it was at 12 noon. But sorry, it's at 10:30 in the morning. I double-checked, and it's at 10:30. So I'll be there in the morning. I love you. I miss you. And your mom said she loves you, and I don't know what she meant by saying you'll never know, but that she needs to tell you in person. I don't know if she was talking about that she loves you and that you'll never know, and she needs to tell you in person that she loves you, that you'll never know how much she loves you. I don't know. But that's what she said, you'll never know, but that she needs to tell you in person. And she said to tell you good night. But, yep, I love you. Anaya's here, but she keeps running from me. You know, she's got Mom in the room hostage. My mom told her good night, and she says, no. And she runs and holds my mom hostage in the room like always. But, look, come tell Popo hi. Tell Popo good night. Okay, bye. Look, tell Popo good night. Hurry. Tell Popo good night. Say, good night, Popo. So I love you, Papa. I love you, Papa. Bye. 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 Aw, but and then she goes to her mama and says, "I got poo poo, mama." I love you, babe. Good night, Joseph. Tell Joseph good night. Tell Theo good night. Hurry, hurry. Bro, we love and miss you. Hurry. Look, tell Joseph good night. Tell Theo bye. Hurry, tell Theo no night. No? Okay. Good night, Joseph. You can tell him good night, Mom. No. Joseph. No, he's not. It's a shout out. So I love you. Love you. You can hear it. Oh, yeah. Okay, good night, son. We love you. Good night. Tell Gucci good night, Mom. Good night. Night, Sonny y'all. Good night, brother. Ali says good night, Joseph. Good night, brother. And Gucci? Ali? Gucci. She's already sleeping. Anyways, we love y'all. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow, babe. Jeffrey said good night. Joseph, Jeffrey says good night as well. We love you, son. Good night. Stay doing good and don't get in trouble. Don't let nobody get you in trouble. We love you. Oh, yeah. Good night, babe. I'll see you in the morning. Love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you. Thank y'all, y'all. Y'all have a nice night.
You too.
All right.
Okay, Mike.
Hello, everybody. I'm doing my shout-outs for the prison show. This is Mysterious Mike. Okay, here's my shout-outs. The guys at Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out to Philip Perez. Shout-out to Philip in Dallas. Lucy and Michelle want me to do a shout-out for Paul. Shout-out to Jovan, Matt, Thomas, Edward Rees, Hoss, Adam Wilkerson. Shout out to Matt Thomas, and shout out to Bill R. Sims. Shout out to Edward Rees. Shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And hope everybody enjoys Les Erikson Day on Monday. Les Erikson landed in Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Canada, 500 years before Christopher Columbus, and he called the Native Americans, the Vikings called the Native Americans Skraelings. Enjoy Les Erikson Day, and back to the prison show and the captive audience.
Really? Really? Okay.
He probably has his horned hat on, too, on Mike.
Probably. Jeez. All right. Let's skip on over to Anjanette on line 2. Anjanette on line 2. Anjanette. Hey.
Hello. There we go. Dani?
Yeah, I'm here. We got a full house tonight. Everybody's calling.
Yes. How are you guys doing tonight?
We are blessed. We business is good tonight. We've got phone calls stacked up on the board.
Good. It'll keep you guys busy. Yes. That's good to hear. Well, I definitely want to call in tonight to make a shout out to Life Row, Polensky Unit. First and foremost, God is so good, you guys. Jedediah got to stay. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy he got to stay. We were praying on it and everything. So I want to read the scripture, Isaiah 60:22. At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. He's the author of our fate. Continue to praise him, thank him for his grace, honor him always. He is king. He's a way maker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. And what you will do is get my love a stay, because Will is going to get a stay. All the dates coming up are going to get a stay in Jesus' name. My God will abolish this death penalty.
Amen.
My love.
Amen.
Yes. My love,
I was beginning to get worried because my phone, you guys, my phone is in SOS. I don't know if any of you know how to take that off. It's in SOS status. I can't make any calls. I can't receive any calls. I don't have internet. So it's been jumping in and out of that status. I'm going to have to go to AT&T in the morning to try to figure out like what's going on with my phone. So right now I'm using Wednesday's phone. But I love you, baby. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I love you. You know, we're getting married. We're going to the chapel. Gonna get married.
Going to the chapel.
To the chapel of love. Yes. But I will write Moy or Blabe if anything changes. But as of right now, my phone is not working. I don't have a phone. So I need to get that resolved ASAP. But I love you. I'm praying for all of you guys on Life Row. Have a peaceful night. Know that I'm praying for all of you. And I want to send a shout out to Moses Mendoza, Jedediah, Bethel, Woody, Devo, Eric, Blaine. Hey, Blaine, how does it feel to be a side piece? Because I wouldn't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, I would never know that, ever. And Kangaroo, yes. So I'm going to hang up, you guys. I'm going to praise. I'm going to worship. I'm so glad that Jedediah got to stay today. God bless you all. I love you, Big Will. You're my heart, and I will see you in our dreams. Good night. Oh, I did send the message to Bella from Noah, so I did that too. So I'm going to try to get my phone fixed. It's tripping right now, but I'm going to get it resolved in the morning. So the thing about Apple is they kind of force you to get the new phones. I have an Apple 13. You know how the 15 came out? That's what they do. Start messing up your phone so that you can upgrade your phone. So I'm not even trying to do that, but I'm going to have to see what happens tomorrow, what they tell me about my phone. But I'm going to get it resolved tomorrow. By the way, too, Dani, I'm sure you told Linda you are on the list. I confirmed it.
Oh, okay. That's good. Then I'll go ahead and re-register my phone because that's what they told me I had to be on the list.
Yeah, so TPP updates on Wednesday, so probably do it Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
All right, you guys. All right, you guys have a good night. Take care. God bless.
All right.
All right, good night.
Good night. And Blaine, really? Really? The side piece? Come on now. We were on the phone talking
Whose
about
side piece is he?
Blaine. Oh, Blaine. Can you please explain to Linda?
Yes, please write me a note and tell me what you're talking about.
Okay, let's. Oh, I thought there was a little doohickey up there. I think there's Stacy.
This is to my husband's sporty Black at Wainwright unit. Hey, baby love. This is kissing you are soothed for the weekend. I trust you were all up in my ear. It's been a busy day, yeah, mad calls for a carpenter, so we'll see. We got some mad alerts with the breakthrough news as well, and I'll trust we've spoke on it by now. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is acting crazy these last few days. I haven't heard from you or e-notes. Maybe later today. Baby, this is just a note. Letting you know all is well, and I miss you. Remain healthy and safe. Stay focused and tough. The girls are behaving, and they're good. Sweet, I'm all eternally yours. I love you so deeply. Mwah. I love you, sweetheart. Take care. Mwah.
Okay, now we have Lydia.
Hi there. Good evening.
Hi, how you doing, Lydia?
We're doing good. We've cooled down to 80 degrees, so we're doing good here in the valley. Yep. We got a little bit of rain. Much needed rain. And I just want to thank the good Lord for the good news on Jedediah. I'm just thankful. And what can I say? I mean, I'm happy for Jedediah and for Bella, and I just want to to know, Jedediah, that we've been praying and we've been just crying out to God. He listens. He's with us, Jedediah. And I want to tell my son just to keep holding his head up and believing and just to keep your head up, mijo. And I love you and I miss you. I am. I don't want to say very much, but I just want all the guys to know that you are thought of, and you're in our prayers always. And on another note, I want to say to Blaine that I put him on that art magazine. Bethel asked me to put you on that craft thing, so I got that catalog for you, or it's being sent to you, okay? And I want to say my hellos to the guys, to William, to Big Lou, to Rudy, to Juan, to Eric, Artie, Moises, Roderick, and Ivan. And give me a call tomorrow, mijo. I love you and miss you. Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night, Lydia.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, Miss Shirley. Shirley on line 3.
Hey everyone, how are y'all doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Miss Shirley?
Just fine. Was that my brain y'all was talking about a while ago?
Yes, it was him. He's giving me grief on the phone, man.
He's been doing me the same way. So, yeah, I'm going to find out about this tomorrow when I talk to him. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to do a shout out to Blaine. Blaine, I love and miss you very much, and I don't know what you've been doing back there, giving grief on the phone, please. And I also want to say I'm so happy Jedediah got to stay, and I don't know if it helps or not, but I go out and I sign those petitions. I get on the phone and I sign them, and I make phone calls too. So I'm just glad he got to stay. And Blaine, you hold your head up like we always talk about. Hold our head up. Pray about everybody. Pray that everything turns out the way it should. Like they say, God listens. So now I want to make a shout out to all the people in the prisons. All of y'all keep your heads up, and Blaine says the same thing. So I love you, Blaine. We all miss you and love you, and everybody sends their love. So hopefully I'll be talking to you tomorrow. Okay? Now I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Shirley. Have a good evening.
All right. All righty.
Okay, Brenda. Hey, Brenda.
Can y'all hear me? Hi. I just wanted to make a shout out to Aldo, in Memorial Unit, also known as Mexican Twin. Shout out to him and the family there. Aldo, if you're listening, I'm sure you are because you listen to the prison show every Friday. Keep your head up. I'm here for you always. My girls love you. I was with Dad today and yesterday. I took them some pictures, so I'll upload that on your tablet. I love you dearly, brother. Stay prayed up. I'm sending you a big hug. I love you. Blessings. And thanks to the prison show and the guests that we had tonight. Prison show, David, Dani, and Miss Linda. God bless y'all. And thank you for all y'all do. Good night.
Good night, Brenda. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's go up to Patty on line 1. Let's hang up on that one. Yeah, Patty. How you doing, Patty?
Fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the air.
Okay, thank you. This shout out from Berto Garza. Hey, mijo. Just letting you know, Pioneers playing tonight, the first game that counts. We're rooting for the Cowboys or the 49ers. I don't know how that's going to go, but anyway, it's David's birthday today. I'm sure you know. Everybody's doing okay, mijo. You know everything that's going on with the early, myself, Tio Juan. We're all doing okay. I just want you to know that. God is good, mijo. What the lady before said, all in God's time, that's true, mijo. Be patient, all in God's time. And for all of you there, all in God's time. It'll come. For you all, for us, for me, it'll come. I love you, mijo. I wish you were here. Good night, puppy.
Okay, and now
we have Dani. Hi, Dani.
Hello, Miss Linda. Hi, Dani.
Hi, Dani. How are you?
I'm going through it, but you got to go through it to get to it. How are y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Doing good.
Doing good. Yeah, it's listen to that lady down in the valley. It's a balmy 52 degrees up here in the Texas Panhandle.
Oh wow!
Bet that feels good.
It is a welcome relief. Yes, ma'am. It's been a long, hot summer all over. Just wanted to call in. I got you guys on Facebook Live, and I've got that turned down because it's a delay. But good seeing you guys. Anyway, I know you can't see me, but give my shout outs here to all the guys down there at Luther. Old Memo, glad you got the e-com and the stamps and all that stuff, brother. I know that comes in handy. Maybe one of these days they'll get the holiday goodies on there, and we'll be able to finish that up. Brendan, keep your head up down there. Puerto Rico, hang in there, buddy. That truck driving job's out there waiting on you. Antonio, just hang in there, brother. Your time's coming too. Matt Ayers, my brother down there at Pulaski Unit. Good luck on going to the WIN unit to that new program, Matt. I'm praying for you and Madison, and I just hope all that works out for you. And just you just keep like David says, you keep doing the next right thing, and you're gonna get home soon. Old Doc down there at Jester 3, just hang in there, brother. Your attorney's working on your medical release just as hard as he can. We're out here supporting you. You know, if God blesses you to come out and get that kidney transplant, we're going to support you after you get out here. Say hi to Brandon down there. Hope he's been able to see you since they moved you back in GP there. Oh, Sammy down there at Pac 1, man, leave them laws alone, brother. You're up for review again. You need to keep your nose clean so we can get you home too, brother. Got some AA meetings to take you to, and see if we can get you on the right path. But Prison Show, I just can't thank you guys enough. Checking my account a while ago, my sustainer, they got another $25 out of me, but I'm glad for that. You don't even notice it, you know, and I'm just honored to be a sustainer. And hey, I got to vote last month, and that was pretty awesome getting to take a part in the elections, the member elections. So you guys become sustainers, y'all get to do more things than just listen to the show. It's a great thing to be a participant in this, and if I get a chance, I'll get down there and see you guys.
Well, we hope you do.
Myself. Y'all take care down that way. I'll get off here because hopefully we'll get about 30, 40 calls today.
Woohoo! I think we're almost there.
That's awesome. That's the way we like it. That's what this is for. We thank y'all for everything. David, appreciate you, buddy. You got my number. If you need anything, holler at me.
Thanks, Donnie. We appreciate you, brother.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we have Samantha online too. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Samantha. Hey, Samantha, are you there? Someone's someone singing in the control room.
Samantha, are you there?
I guess Samantha's not there. She didn't like you singing there. All right, let's go to line 3, Carol. Hey, Carol.
Turn it off. Hello.
Hello, Carol.
How are y'all tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
We're doing good. We got through 5 or 4 tries.
Well, I'm glad you got through.
Yes, thank you. I just send a shout out to my son, and I have his children here, and they wanted to tell them, send him a little shout out. I'm going to let Ava go first.
Hi, Tata. I love you, boy.
Tell him we had a good time at the jumping place.
We
Took
had-
a lot of pictures.
We had a good time at the jumping place. We sent you a lot of pictures. Don't forget to pray.
Love you, boy.
Love you, boy.
Hi, Tata. I love you. Keep your head up. I pray at church. I'm going to pray at church on Sunday. I'm doing good in school. Today was fun. Love you. Bye. We love you, son, Mark Halo, and the Polinsky unit. Your kids did awesome this week in school. They stay prayed up, and we always think of you throughout, and we always say prayers the minute we think of you. And just know that we love you, and we keep you in our prayers night and day. And I hope you get this shout out.
Well,
And thank you, and good night.
Thank you, Carol. Have a great weekend.
Likewise. Love you, son. Te quiero con todo mi corazón.
Okay, now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go to Roseanne. Hi, Roseanne. Roseanne. Roseanne.
It's Rosa. Is it for Rosa?
Rosa?
Well, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hi, Betito. The shout out to Humberto Garza. Hope you're hearing, Nico. I'm here. I got home late today from work because your cousin had me running around since he has his business now. He thinks I'm his runner. So I'm running all his errands. He had me pick him up because I had to go take him to pick up the Viper, which was getting an alignment. And then he had me go pick his clothes from the cleaners. Cree que yo soy su slave. Me tiene nomás trabajando, pick up this and do this. Now he's a working guy, dice. He doesn't have time for anything. That's your cousin. ¿Cómo estás, hijo? I just got David's letter today, his birthday card, and I told him, I called him and I let him know, and I read it to him. So they're still out there. He said they would be coming probably in about a week or two. Pero it's been fresco here, hijo. Finally, we got a cool front. Nothing cold, just cool. But it was nice this morning. It was nice and cool. And ahorita también está fresco afuera, so hopefully we'll get rid of this heat. I sent you another letter through that email thing. I don't know if you got it, but I did send it to you. I hope you're doing good, hijito. Love you, hijo. Just thinking about you, and I like that now I'm able to write you through that thing. Take care, and we love you, hijo.
All right. Thank you. Okay, now Linda and I are going to do some shout outs.
David's being silly.
Yeah, David's being silly. Now, before we do our shout outs real quick, Linda and I we've been working on a couple of different things. I've been trying to get the phones taken care of for a few people. They're on death row. I think I mentioned that earlier, but if you are having issues with them getting your phone registered or your voice recognition with Securus, please let us know, and I will sick Linda on them.
Yes.
And I'm still curious why Mark Duff at Polonsky blocked me. I'm like, what the hell?
I don't know, because he talks to me all the time.
Yeah, he
so
blocked me.
I
guess
know.
because he loves me so much. Anyway, so if you're having issues with anything to do with Securus on getting your voice recognition, let me know. I know Linda's handling some stamps and some other issues going on with that. So, but we do know that the Securus person is not there all the time, even though Polonsky has it's a pretty big unit.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they're not there all the time, but we are working on a couple of different things. Also, we heard that there's still some issues going on. And last week I mentioned that I did not believe that they would go directly back into lockdown after they've been on lockdown for a month. And turns out that some units may indeed go back on lockdown for various reasons. But, that's, yeah, I guess it's up to the warden for their annual lockdown. But I do know that there's been some type of, chatter here and there. There's been issues at the memorial unit. I know I've gotten phone calls, a lot of phone calls about things going on at the memorial unit. And we're here for you guys, our girls. You see, I get mad at David for saying that, and I just said it. For the women and the men, whenever they have issues. So we're here for y'all. Now, for my shout-outs, special shout-out to Side Piece Blaine.
So you're the side piece. You're his side piece. Oh.
No, I said Side Piece Blaine. I'm not. Hello. Okay, Roderick Harris, Curtis Claus, Rue, Moy, Jeff, J. Van Story, Britt Rapowski. How you doing, Britt? I did get some information from you, and I'll get that right back to you. Leroy at the PAC unit. I missed your call tonight. Please call me back. Larry at the Huntsville unit. Joel, of course, talked to you earlier today. Paul, I'm sorry I've missed your call several times. Sorry about that. Creeper, T, do I just keep missing your call? I got your email, though. I'm going to answer you. Big head. I know you need to answer me. Brian Bolt, Kevin Stewart, and of course, Rexalicious.
I'm still trying to figure this one out.
I know. I think a few people are. So, anyway, I think Linda has some before her people have a coronary because she hasn't given them shout-outs.
I know. Yeah, I see a lot of guys, I tell you. Okay, I want to say hello to Will Spear, Damon Wilson, Paul DeVoe, William F. Owens Sr., Bobby Woods Jr., Franklin Davis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Howard Lewis, Micah Brown, Roderick Harris, Jaime Cole, Blaine Milam, Fabian Hernandez, Paul Story, Richard Tabler, Moises Mendoza, Stephen Long, Marcus Drury, Patrick Murphy, Pete Russell, Irving Davis, Jedediah Murphy. And Jedediah, I'm so happy. I'm really, really happy tonight. I'm going to go home and have a big drink when I leave here. Carrie Allen, Travis Green, Britt Ripkowski, Dennis Brooks, John Green, Stephen Bachman, Bill Sims, Jay Van Story, Joel Escobedo, Larry Hatton, Eugene Broxton, Robert Roberson, Brian Davis, Miller L., Tyrone Williams, Stephen Russell, Ricky Smith, Puerto Rico, John Gomez, Sonny Wilson, Samuel Solomon, Joel White, Ray Ray, Troy Glover, Corey Richardson, Andre Sloan, Jamaica, Samuel Olay, Saeed, Juice, and all the Islam community at Polunsky.
But
I know it's a lot.
She doesn't visit all. You would never leave. You would never leave the prison.
I talk to him a lot on the phone, though.
Yeah, yeah. Her phone is constantly ringing. My phone has been during this lockdown. It has been. It's really been bad. We do know, like I said earlier, that the Christmas tree cakes are going to be on the, thanks to TPCA, Kathy Dunbar, the Christmas tree cakes are going to be on there. Little Debbie, and a few other nice additions.
And they have no coffee right now on Ecom.
No, they don't.
Because I did some Ecoms yesterday for some other people that aren't on Polunsky, and they
yeah, I did one.
They
today.
have no coffee.
No, none.
And
Absolutely.
no diet drinks, no diet Cokes or. So there was a lot of stuff missing, guys.
Yeah, so I mean that's not something that we can help. Hey, David. Do you want to say something?
I got a phone call. Hang on.
Another phone call.
Business has been very, very good tonight. Let me tell you.
Yes.
And you know that the people that we had on tonight, the Northwest Education Center,
they were good.
They were very good.
I'm really excited about that.
Early.
Good night. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, recuperating from a surgery, but I'm doing good.
Well, good. That's great to hear.
That is good.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, this is a shout out for Mijo. This is Tia Early. I'm doing great. As you know, I had the surgery done for my back. I'm staying home from work, but I already started working because we're in that transitioning of software, so I have to help the staff. But my pain has been okay. I've been doing a lot of sitting, so that's not good because I need to exercise. But other than that, I'm doing good. I think it was a successful, after I've been in pain since 1988 or 80, I feel that it's been a good success with the surgery. So I'm believing in God that it's taken care of. So I hope that you find yourself well, Mijo. Keep that smile up, and we keep praying and hoping that everything is well with you, especially your health. I love you and miss you. I hope you'll also get you can be out from y'all have a lockdown right now, so hopefully that it will come down. And your mama can see you in the next 3 weeks. I believe she said she was going, and she's going to try to see if George can go with her. Tonight, the girls did some carving of pumpkins, and they were real cute. Brandon, Layla's boyfriend, did a Spider-Man, and Layla did a Hello Kitty. And what's Raylan doing on the pumpkin?
She's still not done.
Yeah, but what is it going to be?
It's a Jack Stauber. What is it called?
Jack Stauber. I don't know. It's an old school cartoon she's doing, so that's what they're doing tonight. And they baked some cookies. So other than that, it's been okay. Let's see, I've been, I did some real, I shouldn't even tell you because you're going to be wanting to eat that. I did some real good ribs on top of the stove. They were really good. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to have that food. People that are going to be coming in, hopefully for your all's graduation this coming month or during Thanksgiving. Well, son, keep that smile. I love you, and sending you a bunch of hugs and kisses. Good night. May the Lord be with you and bless you. May the blood of Jesus cover everyone there. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Same to you.
Well, it's been a really good show, hasn't it?
It has. It's been a great show.
So, how many callers do we have? You've been making hash marks?
I have 23.
Woo! We're getting back up there. That's good. And I noticed a lot of people are starting to talk their 3 minutes. So, I just want to remind everybody that some of the callers had told me they were having a hard time getting in. But towards the beginning of the show, we only have 6 lines. So, whenever all 6 lines get full, it's going to put you back in the queue, and you have to hit 2 again, and you'll get stuck in a loop for a while. And you have a choice. You can either keep hitting 2 and stay in the loop, or you can call back later. And we don't want to miss your call, but we do limit our calls to 3 minutes. So you guys call in, make sure that you pay attention and time yourself so that you take up your 3 minutes. If you just come on for 15 or 20 seconds and hurry up and get off, I think your loved one really wants to hear your voice. It means a lot to them. So, am I right, Dani?
You are so right.
Yeah.
For once.
Hey.
I mean, you know.
And I didn't have to cut you off to say all that, did I?
No, you didn't. Isn't that something?
So, I really enjoyed Anthony and Marisa coming on tonight.
They were excellent.
I'm so excited about the connection that we've made with the Northwest Education Center. I'm going to go out for the Halloween bash. I hope you do too.
When is that?
October 31st from 6 to 9 p.m. and it's at 2019 Antoine Drive. It's pretty close to Hempstead Highway and Antoine, if you know where that is. We call it the Branch. That's over in Spring Branch.
Okay.
So, if you go to Hempstead Highway and you make a left onto Antoine, it's going to be on the left-hand side. It's used to be an old strip center. But she told me that school's actually been open for 30 years. And I know I've seen it every time I pass by, but I never realized how much work they were actually doing. KPFT's community media, we used to say community radio, but now it's community media. And if that's not community, I don't know what is. I mean, they're giving back. And
they sure are.
They said that the last shindig they gave 300 haircuts. I mean, they're busy. So that's really cool. So I'll be there, and I'll wear my prison show shirt, and hopefully I'm going to get my hand in order so I can ride my Harley. I think it'd be pretty good. And
get your ears trimmed?
Yeah, I'm going to get my beard trimmed, I think. I don't know. I don't have much hair. I mean, they can burr it off if they want to, but I really need a good face, because my hand's been in that splint for so long. I need somebody that'll do the hot oil and all that stuff on my beard, get my face back in shape, and then trim it up real good, because if you pull it out sideways, it covers my ears. That's how long it is.
Yep.
So, I think I passed up Santa Claus. So.
Yep.
So it's about that time that we're going to listen to Charlie and the Regrets. But before we go, I want to remind you that Cnvrge is coming up. And it is techno music, and it may not be my cup of tea, because I'm more of a Garth Brooks or something. But, I do listen to it from time to time, and Dani teases me. It kind of grows on you. It catches with you. So y'all tune in to Cnvrge. They're coming right up.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more. Try to keep your heads up, you ain't deep if you got hope.